Are we living in a time warp?
Why have people looked the same for the last 20 years?
Is that true? Well, sort of. There's a reason that if you look at a video like this of Boston from 2002, it looks pretty familiar. And much more similar to what we wear than if you look at historical things like the 60s. When we look back at, say, the 50s, there's this iconic style that looks real different than us. This is also 70 years ago. We have this critical distance. But it's also because when we look back at the past in fashion particularly, we distill what we think of as the most iconic. So we see the most outrageous. And we don't really remember the things that look kind of innocuous. This is Woodstock, but it could also be like Lollapalooza, people in jeans. The other thing is, there are moments in fashion where you see an incredible shift. Like in the 40s, skirts were very narrow, tight to the hips. But within a couple years, you get these wide skirts. And that is such an obvious shift, we remember it. And you might think, we haven't had any obvious shifts in style since 2002. We absolutely have. The rise of leggings and athleisure. If you took this video today, many of these women would be wearing leggings. Something you very rarely saw on the street outside of a workout in 2002. That said, on the whole, I would agree that style does not change as quickly now on some level. High fashion really shifts from year to year, but standard style has moved, I would say, much more slowly in the last 20 years. Sure, this is from 2002, and it has low-waisted, which is not very popular now, versus this, which is from 2023, and it has high-waisted. But they're within very similar language families. And why is that? It's actually because of our commercial cycle. Most people are living within a global society. There's almost no person on the globe who doesn't have some sort of digital media. And what we're seeing is the lack of authenticity. Lots of people are going to sort of a general global style. And to change a general global style is drastically harder. Just as each of us who maybe wants to dress in a way that feels like our personality might have a hard time finding authentic, vintage, interesting, whatever word you want to put in there, clothing. It's a lot harder now to look truly different because we have this enormous digital memory of what the 60s look like, what the 70s look like, what the 90s look like. And so everything you wear, people will say, oh, that looks so early aughts.